obviously, end of the season last year, you ended up making it back on the floor, but you were dealing with that knee injury. Just what was your offseason like? Sort of taking time to recover, and then how do you feel getting ready for this next year?
Offseason was good. I took 2.5 weeks off after the season. Just kind of got away from basketball, got off my legs, and just kind of relaxed. And then I just got. Then after that, man, it was just hit the weight room, strengthen up my knee, everything around my knee, and work on my balance, and just go right back into physical therapy through the whole thing. And so I had a great off season for my body wise, and I'm feeling good, ready to go this year.
As you come into this year, obviously Kenny takes over as head coach, and he's talked so much already just about different ideas he has for different players and what roles. Like, what are you sort of envisioning through your conversations with him that your role looks like on this team?
I think mine's going to be pretty similar to what mine has been in the past. I think a little bit more integrated in the offense, I think, this year than the past. But I think my main job out there is to space the floor, give Darius, Don, Evan, all those guys space to work, and then I think my major impact is on the defensive end and guarding people and switching 1 through 5 and stuff like that. So mine's relatively the same. I think a little more impact, a little more integrated in the offense, I think, this year.
As you look back on your season last year, there were some highs, there were some lows, notably the injury probably being the lows. But, that Celtics game comes to mind as a game that you obviously thrived in. Just what do you look back on and feel like, man, like here's something I can build on. I felt really good about this, and some things that you are looking at, like here's where I need to improve.
Yeah, looking back at last season, that game comes to mind, the Boston game. But I think the thing that comes to my mind the most is definitely the injury and what it did. How long it took me out and everything, and then all I had to do to come back and play a couple games in the playoffs. But there's some things I can build on. I had a good year defensively for the most part. There was some could have been better on offense, so there's some things I can build on there. But overall, I think it was a good, solid year. But the thing I got to be is available more this year, and that's my main goal. So that's what I look forward to this year.
Oh, go ahead.
You talked about building your offense a couple times. What specifically?
I think last year I was just kind of spacer, just kind of stay away from everything, just kind of stay in my spot. I think this year, just talking with Kenny, he wants me to cut more. He still wants me to space and stretch the floor as much as I can, but he still wants me when opportunities are there to cut and get easy points. And so that's a good thing. That's really kind of what I've been working on. Just not so much like skill work and stuff, as much as just learning the game, watching film a bunch in the off season, seeing where cuts are available, when especially like for Don, DG, Isaac, Evan, all those guys when they get going, everybody on defense is looking at them, so it makes it easy for cutters to get layups, stuff like that. So that's really what I've been paying attention to most.
Do you know how absurd your defensive impact stats are?
Kenny was telling me something a couple weeks ago or last week. Something he saw something on Twitter or something was telling me about it, but no, I don't really pay attention too much to it.
I mean, the points you being like the top tier defenders in the league, do you see yourself as that good of a defender? Or?
I feel like I'm that good of a defender. But everyone says that professional athletes are delusional, and so I usually just try not to speak my mind about it. But I do personally feel like I'm one of the better defenders in the NBA. My job's actually it's easier when you have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen stand behind you, so it makes my job way easier. Maybe inflates my stats just a little bit, but I do feel like I'm one of the better defenders in the NBA.
We'll talk. You get a new coach. Everyone says, "What did the new coach do for you guys? Get all these new ideas. That's how he'll be judged." What's your guys' role in helping Kenny be successful?
Play hard, make shots, and then win games. It's my role, the whole thing. So, but no, he's such an offensive-minded guy. The things he's done, even just the past couple weeks, it's been, having him in, workouts and stuff. His mind just works differently. I love it, man. It's going to open up a lot for us this year, and I'm really excited to keep going. But my job, make open shots. So.
That guy's saying it's a little bit different. His mind works a little different.
Just like the way he approaches the game, man. He's just he knows so much about basketball and stuff. I think sometimes his mind works so fast. He's just trying to get everyone else on the same page, And so it takes, especially when he's talking to like me and stuff about it, it takes me a couple minutes to really understand what he's getting at. But he's like one of the smartest basketball minds I've been around, and his offenses and the way he likes to run his offense is like really, really beneficial for us. And I'm very excited to see how this where it takes us.
Given your last couple of thoughts with injury, how did you empathize with what Darius went through last year?
I've been through it. It's tough, man, especially when you're hurt, like with something like that. You're away from the team, man. You feel pretty isolated. And so, like, the biggest thing, I was just like, anytime I saw him, just talking to him, texting him. And it was a big loss for our team as well. So, we know how much that sucks, especially he had to had his jaw wired shut. He had to eat through a straw. So, I mean, it was like, man, what he was going through, man, I felt horrible for him. And, but, he never lost any. He was always positive, came in the gym, joking around still every day. And, he never was down on himself. So, DG's a strong, he's mentally just a strong person. So I don't think it bothered him too much other than missing games. And so, I saw that and I was like, man, I just felt bad for him. But, just trying to stay positive and keep him involved in, practice and stuff. Just him watching, talking, stuff like that was the biggest key to keep him, positive full time.
A lot of people assume the day you start practicing is the day your injury stops hurting you. What do people not understand about getting back into a groove?
Yeah. Especially, for some injuries, that first game back, you might only have 2 workouts before that. And so you're going to be out of shape. You're going to be a little rusty. It's going to be different. I think, a lot of people don't realize that it takes time, takes a couple games to really get into rhythm, get back into it. And, especially, trying to integrate yourself back into the lineup. And that's a tough one. And it's, that's the biggest thing. It's just, trying to find your way, trying to find your spot again. And the whole thing is a tough part.
Off the court, what are you as a team doing to keep the locker room fun and enjoyable like it was last year?
Going to dinners with each other, hanging out with each other. I mean, there's never a dull moment with this group. Like, there's always jokes, people are laughing, stuff like that. We have after workouts and stuff. Like the other day, we played wiffle ball. That was fun. But just trying to be around each other, really just. I mean, these guys are so awesome. Like, these guys, this whole team's so funny. There's never a dull moment ever. And so just being around them, man, it just makes it's so fun. And then, we went to New York as a team a couple weeks ago to, for a mini camp and things and just hanging out with each other. And it was, anytime you can do something like that with the whole team, it helps much more than people think.
Yeah, entering your 6th season with the team, what's it like for you being one of the longest tenured Cavaliers?
I feel old. No, it's weird, man. It really is. It feels like it went by so fast. Now all of a sudden, me and DJ are like the oldest tenured Cavaliers besides Tristan Thompson. But he's a little.
He left for a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't count. But no, yeah, it is crazy, man. I've seen a lot of things here. Been through some lows, been through a lot of highs, and ready to make some more memories and have another successful season.
Donovan mentioned that sort of in July was when, or sorry, not July, January was when he kind of knew he was going to be coming back this offseason. Did you guys get that sense? And then what was it like to see him just make that commitment to this team long term and to you guys?
I don't think there was ever a moment where I thought he wouldn't come back. I mean, I know there, in the back of your mind, there's always a chance, but every day, those guys. But every day you come in, Don, he's happy, he's having fun, talking to us. So there's never a change in his, personality or whatever he was doing. He came in the same, every day did the same thing. So in my mind, there wasn't any signs that he would leave, and just the way he was around us, and everyone was joking with him. He didn't seem like he wanted to leave at all. So, and then when he made the commitment to stay and signed everything, it was just it wasn't like we were oh, nice, but it was, just to have that reassurance that it actually is staying, no matter what. It was just it was awesome.
You mentioned last season, you came back from injury, but you weren't at 100%. Are you now at 100%? How long will it take you to feel back to yourself? And what did you work on this offseason?
Yeah. So it took me a while, I would say 2 months in the summer to really feel like I was back to 100%. I took a bunch of time off, tried to let it heal, and then just ramped back up in the summer was tough. But feeling great right now, feeling 100% ready to rock. And the summer, man, I just worked a lot off catch and shoot, off everything off movement, dribbles, dribbling shots into shots, moving all the shots. Not too many like stationary. Just I didn't shoot that many just like stationary spot shots. Everything was coming off pin downs, coming off flare screens, dribble handoff, stuff like that. That's what I worked on most of the summer.
And knowing the juice that you bring to this organization, in your mind, just curious, who is the most underrated player in the league today and of all time?
Underrated player in the league. I'm gonna go Sam Merrill. Shit, you saw what he did last year. Shit, lighting that shit up. And then the most underrated player of all time, ever. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one, man. It's like people were gonna say Tim Duncan, but like he got all the accolades still. He was just a quiet guy. Like he just didn't. I don't think he was underrated. Damn, I don't know. That's a tough one.
You have to circle back.
Yeah, Chris. I like Chris Bosh. Like when he went to Miami, he kind of got swept under the rug. But like what he did, at Toronto, what he was, man, he was serious. So I'm gonna say him.